The girl turns 30 years old. She celebrates her anniversary. She lights a candle on her cake and pours wine into a glass. Her name was Sofia Mihye. She had a particularly important event in her life. She realized that she was now in her 30s, and although many of her age were already in relationships, she herself had never dated anyone. Thoughts about what was going wrong went through her head. Why hasn't she found a soulmate yet? All of Sofia's friends have already found their happiness. They are either married or enjoying healthy, loving relationships. Therefore, she was forced to celebrate her 30th birthday alone. In the depths of her soul, Sofia felt a glimmer of disappointment and sadness. With regret, the girl realized that her hopes that she would find a young man for her 30th birthday had not come true. Her friends told her, "At this rate, you will remain an old maid, be humble and lower the bar, you really have too high demands." Sofia reasoned. Of course, as they said, I could be more modest, but what if I only like handsome men? But handsome men don't come up to me. And others who want to meet me are not beautiful. The heroine's subject of worship was a full-length Dakimakura depicting the popular Group A idol. She admitted that her attention and attractiveness are drawn into this world of virtual reality. Dreams of meeting someone at least half as charming as her chosen one constantly fascinated her. She imagined that if she met such a person, he would be immediately seduced by her. The girl remembered that she needed to open gifts. What could her best friends give her for this special day? Her heart beat faster with anticipation and tender anticipation. When she saw the shape of the gift, she started with interest and curiosity. Her eyes shone, anticipating the surprise. She thought it was perfume or expensive lotion. But the gift turned out to be a dildo, apparently with a hint that Sofia had never had sex. Sofia felt shock and bewilderment when she opened the gift she received from one of her friends. She did not appreciate him, and in her thoughts promised that she would kill her friends for such a joke. Emotions raged uncontrollably in her, and she was puzzled by the fact that she had a dildo in her hands. Questions flooded her with unexpected force. How could my friends give me such a thing? What to do with it? Do they consider me unsatisfied? Sofia was somewhat offended and discouraged by the situation. She knew that her friends were probably trying to make fun or play a trick on her, but she couldn't find any humor in it. In her understanding, sexuality is an intimate aspect of her life, and she did not want to share such things with others. There is clear anxiety and unpleasant embarrassment in her voice, saying that her slit is still intact. What should she do with this club if she is a virgin? According to her, she had no experience in this occupation. But she's creepy as hell. However, she was limited only to self-satisfaction. She's too scared to put something like that into herself. Even if you send it 1,000,000,000 times, it will not help with such a hulk. But still, she could not resist and grabbed the purple thing. The girl admitted, to be completely honest, she wants her first time to be with the same handsome man. Not with that purple silicone thing. And then she came up with a very interesting idea. She attached this purple thing to a popular idol's Dakimakura and thought it looked really good. She promised herself that everything would be fine. What to do? The reality is harsh. She took a bottle of wine and took a confident couple of sips. She admits that she is already completely at the limit because she has been alone for a very long time. Lighting the candles on the cake, she thought that she wanted a boyfriend and sex. She remembered that many people say that if you blow out all the candles on the cake and make a wish, it will surely come true. Of course, she already managed to blow them out once, but you can repeat them. She also said to herself that she wants sex with a handsome man. And blew out the candles. She sat down on the floor in front of the cake. And I thought that she had already completely moved, but decided to eat a cake, surprised at how expensive it looks. And then a scroll appears above her head. Sofia was very frightened and exclaimed, "What the hell is this? What kind of scroll is this?" She continued to be perplexed and wondered. What is this? Scroll? Also hovering, is it because of my wish? Due to her intoxication, she began to scream that all this was already infuriating her. She said that she needed a handsome man. Why did she need some kind of scroll? And then she thought, what if this is some kind of application for a spell at the call of a peasant? Maybe she should read once what is written there? On the scroll was written congratulations on the fact that she retained her innocence to the full 30 years, and now she became a witch, and there was a request to read the spell. I am a virgin. The girl exclaimed. Are you freaking out over me? Who is going to say this out loud? But then she collected her thoughts and said, I am a virgin. Drunk Sofia asked. Did you really think that I could be offended by this? I am Sofia Mihye. And I won't be offended by the truth. Wherever you are, you fucking dork who decides to make fun of me, this is not to be. The scroll suddenly began to shine strongly into her eyes. Sofia exclaimed sharply and wondered quite logically, what happened to the scroll? And then a handsome guy appears in white pants and a blue shirt with round-rimmed glasses. Sofia Mihye was very happy and liked him a lot. She wanted such a handsome man. The girl immediately began to deny that she did not do it and began to have lost and asked the question. In general, who are you? The guy said. A very suitable ability for such a witch, and raising his head, replied that he was the one who would conclude a contract with her, and his name was Recruit Wigrun. And Sofia, completely embarrassed and lost, exclaimed that in the house you need to take off your shoes. The girl was greatly surprised at the words of the conscripted Wigrun. Her thoughts were filled with questions. What witch? What conscript? Apparently a squirrel came to me straight from fantasy. Sofia admired Wigrun. He reminded her of her favorite A-group idol. He looks absolutely gorgeous. She exclaimed. She was drooling and couldn't believe it was real. She thought it was a glitch in her head, and she had lost touch with reality. On Sofia's behalf, it was breathtakingly beautiful. Sofia's heart hammered harder. This is crazy. She thought, not taking her eyes off his appearance. He's just unbelievably handsome. I've never seen such a beautiful man. I can't believe I'm right next to him right now. I would be right now with such a handsome man. Sofia's thoughts became more and more daring. Wigrun said that since he was her conscript, it was his duty to fulfill her every wish. Wigrun asked what Sofia desired. She shouted sharply and without thinking, sex. Tear me up. Only after a couple of seconds, the girl realized that she didn't mean to say that, and it came out of her mouth on its own. Wigrun said that he sees more and more potential in her every second and definitely has the prerequisites to become a powerful witch. Wigrun said that what she said was just unbelievable. Sofia kept proving that she misspoke, but it didn't make much sense. Wigrun asked what she had originally wished for then. She looked away. She quietly said that she wanted spry and long sex with a handsome man. Wigrun didn't understand what the difference was. He asked, "Isn't it the same thing?" Sofia exclaimed, "Absolutely not. No. Not at all." Wigrun hesitated. He abruptly grabbed her hand and said he would grant her wish. Sofia was dumbfounded by such a real man's hand. But then he said that she should put her seal on this contract. Wigrun was already using force to get her to sign the contract. But then she abruptly yanked her hand out of the man's strong grip and screamed to stop. She said what was it he wanted to discreetly put her imprint on. Sofia said that one should always read a contract carefully before entering into it. Wigrun didn't understand what could be wrong with the contract. She explained that he hadn't explained anything to her at all about the witch or the conscript. Not everything can be hushed up quietly, and asked him to have a conscience. Wigrun understood and sighed. He said she was right and asked for his apology. He realized that he should have explained everything from the beginning and was too hasty. He explained to her that he was just confused because the first thing he saw was the idol with the purple thing. Sofia was very angry and yelled, "Shut up." First, Wigrun decided to explain who the witches were. He said that it was women who lived to the age of 30, remaining sexually inexperienced, who had the right to become witches. Men, on the other hand, upon reaching that age with the same conditions, could become wizards. Sofia was outraged and shouted, "Are you f***ing with me here?" Wigrun replied, "Absolutely not. Don't get me wrong. Remaining innocent until the age of 30. Bodies store up unquenchable desires, thus creating huge reservoirs of energy." Sofia was outraged again and decided that he was definitely just trying to make fun of her. Wigrun said that to become a witch you had to sign a contract with one conscript, and he was assigned to her service. He added that she had something to be proud of, since he was the best conscript of all. The conscript must help release energy and store new energy. Without a contract with the conscript, the witch can't do that on her own. Sofia asked why new energy needs to be stored and how it can help. She added that it all sounded a bit forced and asked what were the benefits of the contract for her personally. Wigrun repeated that he would grant her wish. Sofia was indignant and asked if he seriously wanted her to agree to a contract for just one wish. Wigrun replied that in principle, there was no definite limit to the number of wishes. Usually he would assign the number himself. Sofia immediately exclaimed that she wanted to win the lottery. But Wigrun quickly and clearly answered that she did not. Sofia further offered options. Stocks, real estate. But Vigran answered no to all of them. Sofia was indignant and asked what could be wished for. Vigran replied that he could only fulfill a wish within his power and asked her, "Did you think it was that simple?" Sofia asked with sadness on her face, what could he even do? Vigran replied in no uncertain terms that working around the house and he was as at it. Sofia was surprised. Vigran seemed strikingly practical to Sofia. He added that he knew how to handle financial matters, plan, be a manager, and so on. Sofia said she understood, but asked him to tell her how to collect the damn energy. First Vigran decided to explain how to release that energy. At that time Sofia poured wine into her glass. Vigran said that, to put it in a nutshell, the way to release it was through sex. After hearing that, Sofia choked on her wine. She asked him what he said, but he did not hesitate to repeat that it was possible to release energy through sex, which releases energy during intercourse. Sofia asked that she just had to have sex. Vigran replied that it was true, and it didn't matter with whom. Sofia was outraged. She said that it was not normal to ask her to sleep with anyone. Vigran replied that she had said herself that she wanted passionate and long-lasting sex. Sofia yelled at Vigran for not realizing how scary it was to sleep around. "You think I'm just a chastity in my 30s? What if a man has an STD in a friend? What if I get pregnant? And a whole bunch of other stuff. Even if you take away all these risks, I don't want to just lie down under any man," Sofia said. She added that of course she wants to have sex, but she wants sex with a fit, clean-cut, handsome, rubber-using, STD-free man. Vigran said she didn't have to worry about any of that. He explained that she didn't need to physically have sex, and no one was forcing her to. He said she would have to have sex in her sleep. Wouldn't that be nice? It turns out that a witch can release her energy through erotic dreams. Vigran added that she could sleep with any cool handsome guy in her dreams, and her victim wouldn't even know about anything, and she wouldn't feel a thing, and said she didn't have to worry about herself or others. Sofia was outraged and said his wish fulfillment meant this. Not only was it not real, but he decided to make her a cash cow? Vigran was refusing. Sofia said that then she did not agree because there was still no benefit for her to sign the contract. Vigran was greatly angered and asked what she would order him to do, and did she think that finding the right man for her was so easy. He added that he had things to do too. When would he look for one? Sofia asked why he should look for him and put her hands on his shoulders. "You can fulfill my wish yourself," Sofia said. Vigran was puzzled. Sofia came closer and closer to him. Vigran was confused, and when he came to his senses, he asked her what she was talking about and what the hell she was talking about. She said he was very good for her. The girl said he was handsome. "Under your shirt I can see your firm man boobs," she said. Sofia added, "And underneath, I see something big and interesting." Vigran got very embarrassed and was outraged. He asked her why the hell she was looking up there and asked her to stop. Sofia laughed it off. She asked him, "You're not human, are you?" "I can tell by your ears." Vigran replied that it was true. Sofia told him that if he wasn't human, then he couldn't have human diseases, like venereal diseases. She added that since they are from different races, there are no sore spots and no risk of pregnancy either. Vigran replied that yes. Sofia was overjoyed. She lay on top of him and said that she already knew it was hard to find her ideal. Vigran was taken aback. Sofia continued by saying that he was her ideal and asked why the hard search then. She put her hand on his chest. Vigran asked what was she doing? The girl finally got her thoughts together and asked him if he could engage in obscenity with her. Vigran noticed that her eyes were burning. He asked her to stop, calm down and talk, discuss everything. "Tell me what you want with your body," she said and unbuttoned his shirt. Vigran became nervous and begged her to stop. Sofia didn't react to his request, she was stunned by his beautiful chest. The girl pressed herself against his chest and grabbed his nipple. Her thoughts were, "Oh yes, a man's chest is the thing." Vigran asked her not to touch his body, but all to no avail. She told him not to resist much, for what else did he expect, so fearlessly entering a single woman in her 30s. She asked if that was what he was counting on and licked his body part. She added that he shouldn't have been born so beautiful. Vigran thought, what is wrong with this mortal? Why is she talking lines of a man 30 years old? What is this madness? Vigrun realized it was all about the wine. He realized that this couldn't go on any longer, for it was very dangerous. He banged his head against hers to get up. Vigrun said that he was on edge. He asked to listen to him carefully. The conscript said he couldn't do it with her. Sofia got very upset and asked why, what was wrong. Vigrun pulled out the contract, and it said that if there was an intimate relationship between the conscript and the witch mage, the employee would be dismissed from the company. He pointed his finger at it and said that because of that clause they couldn't do the very thing. Sofia said that she hadn't stamped it yet anyway, right? Vigrun said that she is indeed very stubborn. He said that she was right, but if she had a relationship with him, she would no longer be a virgin and would not be able to become a witch, so there would be no need to fulfill her desire, so there was no point in sleeping with her. The girl thought about it and said, then I won't be a witch and we'll just sleep together. That's all for now. Subscribe to the channel, put likes and write comments if you want the second part.